Okay. Ottoman versus... Let's see what we're up against here. Let's see. Ottoman versus Abbasid. Wow. Okay, this is cool. I barely ever play this matchup. Okay. So again, we're going to start off by getting stone. Now, where is the stone? Right over here. One guy doesn't need to be on the stone. Now we're just going to make sure that we get everything rolling. And voila. So 5 guys on stone. And we start the sheep. Thank you, Meditation Herb. So this, we're against a very good player here in Numadan. Very good player. So it should be awesome. So the way that we're going to start off, very simple. Going to get a nice early military school. A nice early military school. I'm going to make sure that our base is nicely laid out here. So some places where I could potentially put things. I always like to have my berry landmark at the back of my base. So for example here. But I also like, or when I say at the back, if you imagine that your town center is always kind of positioned where it is, right? The berry landmark always spawns berries at the top left of it. So I want them in a safe location. Preferably. Now that safe location is very often here on your landmark. So if I was spawned up here, my TC was here, I'd still have it in the bottom, like closest to my opponent, but it'd still be relatively safe. The big reasoning for that is, if they're close to your TC, the berries, well, if they're close to your TC, that means they can hop in there immediately upon being attacked, which is fantastic news, right? So we're just scouting around a little bit, making sure that nothing's going awry. And our first spearman, kind of a free spearman, I know it costs the military school, but it's kind of free, is out on the field now. And this is where we're going to run to our opponent's base, which should be about here on the map, because it's usually, even though the maps differ, and they're all kind of random, right, because it's AoE, there are some things that stay true, which is things like, hey, we're at least going to have fairly balanced spawns on positions and stuff. You can't have one guy here and one guy here. So we will start getting a little bit of wood here with these close straggler trees. This is one thing that got altered in one of the recent-ish patches. That now, no matter on what map, or at least all the maps in the pools thus far, there are straggler trees. So you don't have to worry about this idea that, oh no, you can actually start utilizing that for your builds. So he's also utilizing some straggler trees here. Maybe we can give him a little bit of a friendly poke. So again, plonk that down. We've got his second spearman out on the way. Let's see what we can get done, if anything. Probably not the craziest amount. But we found his gold. He's up to 3.7. This makes me think he wants to get up to 3.625. That would mean that he can get wheelbarrow as well. So here we're just going to kind of be very annoying. Stab. Stab-a-labba. Stab-a-labba-do. Lots of stabbing going on. And again, anything to slow him down a bit. Because yes. Oh wow, that could actually die here. So this could already be super worth it. Super worth it. Back at home, we're still macroing up. And then another spear boy. 3727 or 627. So soon he'll have enough. brutal start for him, brutal. Alrighty. Now what I like to do is have a good amount of dudes. We're going to start producing Sipahi out of the military school. Because yeah, this has been a brutal start. We've already stopped our opponent from getting a lot of resources here. Which is absolutely what you would like to have happen to you. Because Abbasid, as far as nations go, they're a greedy civ. They want to be left alone. They want to boom. They want to be peaceful. Ottoman, they don't really live by the same virtues, I'd say. Now that does imply that he wants to take an expo, doesn't it? So again, we're just being very annoying, slowing him down constantly. Oh, he does have an archery range, so he can deflect this. Hey. Apparently I have 5 on stone. Oh, dude. He's stuck. I've never seen that before. I did try Garrison, pressing G now. He's stuck. I have to delete him. That was well, that was a new bug that I haven't seen before.
Yaptırı baş. İş mi kılacak? Eşitim bitik. Evet, selam. İş bizi bekler. Yaptırı başlarım. Güdezkiz. Bilgil. Buyruk senin.
So here we're setting up 3 archer ranges. In fact, we'll get the get some good upgrades going as well. Dude, I actually can't believe that happened. I'm so sad. Cool, so that's where his TC is. We know that now.
Uluşin hazır. Emet anlaştırın.
Eşit, gidelim. İleri, kamu bir yolu.
İş bizi bekler.
Güdezgil, eşit.
One of my villagers got stuck on my berries.
Eşitim bitik. Ömer. Bilgil. Eşit. Güdezgil kılın. Olur.
Never really happened to me before, so I can't really say what happened, just that it happened.
Olur. Buyruk olursun. İş mi kılacak? Akır olun. Derlendik. Mansa. Mansa. Anıtul. Eşitirim. Bilgi eşit.
So we've kept one guy on stone. Primary reason for that is because we're producing a lot of units already. We're going to get to a point where we're able to make rounds, or rather, we're able to make another military school. So as long as we had one guy just kind of mining stone very casually, we're going to be able to do that. So we've got the nice upgrades here. 1-1 on our archers. Fantastic, fantastic. We got the 1 barracks. just in case he makes horsemen.
İşe hazırım.
Buyruk gelir.
Which, granted, if you get enough archers, you'll deal with the horsemen anyway, but having a nice line of them is helpful, isn't it? It is helpful.
Okçular.
So my point of attack will most likely
Eşit.
be as town centre here.
Okçular. Okçular. Okçular.
I'm going to utilise this big wood income to get some rams going.
Tamam. Yaptırı baş. Anut olun. Buyruk gelir. Müdezgil kılın.
Now, out of the 2 military schools, we're producing Sipahi. And soon, we're going to have a 3rd military school, because we're going to go for that 2nd vizier over here. The first one went for the Meter. So we get this. I guess we'll save up a little bit of wood to get it, for sure.
Eşit.
And we'll go over here.
Eşitim bitik. Amda.
We've got a nice layout for it, too.
Bura varım. İşe başla.
Müdezgil.
Okay, a couple of rams on the way. On the go. Gonna get some nice upgrades now as well. And yes, he did go for horsemen.
Derlendik. Mansa. Akır olun.
Now we're launching our great assault team. Our great assault. So we're going to keep our meta in good stead here. It's been in a nice spot. Also, bring back these spearmen. This push is incredibly hard to stop. For multiple reasons. And now we can potentially get another ram. Now that we've kind of got him on the run. So we're going to switch that last one as well to, you guessed it, Sipahi as well. So one of the reasons that Sipahi is such a good combo with this, in good numbers, super basic, super basic. Sipahi don't require a feudal upgrade to reach their maximum at feudal. They are just as good as they get straight away. And so the idea that you have this very, very good unit that's maximally upgraded straight away without any sort of upgrade, like the spearman needs an upgrade. That's just good. That's good stuff. So behind all this, we're doing some very, very basic stuff. Just rally pointing to my opponent here. Just put his units inside the TC. Very smart. Those units aren't able to engage anyway. So your villagers are still technically mining. Fantastic stuff. But because of that, we will say to ourselves, hey, that does mean that your villagers can't garrison now. So we're going to launch a little bit of an attack here. With that in mind. Okay, now they can garrison if they do so, please. So we'll lose those rams, but I think we've done the damage that we were looking for. I certainly do. Righty. So let's go plonk that there. We'll leave just 4 on the berries. And we're going to keep on producing. We certainly are, we certainly are. And we're going to keep on pressuring as well. So our army's solid. Our income's also very good. We're up to the 3rd vizier tier, which we get the improved production speed of our schools, which, yeah, is all going nicely thus far. Now, with very good food income, which is what we have. We're just going to keep it nice and light. So these are the 2 deer packs that he had. We saw that earlier with our scouting. So if we kind of keep around these parts, I suppose you could say, keep around those parts. No, we'll do that. We should be okay. Actually, let's put you guys on the gold for now. Get the Mehmed there. Back onto the deer afterwards.
Evet.
Put another blacksmith over here, ready for our next center of production.
Bilgi. Ömer. Aklı kandı.
Kurdu.
Yüdezgil kıt. Buyruk senin.
I think when he sees that we're going to hit age 3, he's going to be a bit sad, I'd imagine.
Eşitin. Kamu anut olun. Buyruk kelin. Men içrek.
Yüdezgil. Efreşinlerin. Bilgil.
Ulaşın mum.
Eşitin.
We're going to get the textile upgrade here, given that we're under a bit of assault.
Veteran. Hizaya gelin.
Emir
Veteran devam. Sakin.
And here, hopefully, we're going to work on getting
sükut eyleyin. Bu önemli.
Sükut. Asakir.
the next layer of things together. So let's get a nice mosque so we start collecting relics.
Asakir. Dakik olun.
Evamir beni takip
We're going to get the archer upgrade first, because we've got a lot of archers, eh? Now that is a lot of units. That is a lot of units. I mean, this would be very 300-esque style to fight in this gap, but our army is a little bit faster than his as well. That's one thing we always have to keep in mind with this game, because of the meta. But let's start getting relics here. So one, queue them up. So you do this by just holding shift and being a mad lad.
Tay eylemeye hazır olun dişya.
What upgrade should we get next? Maybe the Sipahi upgrade, eh? So soon we do indeed have... In fact, let's get rid of that knight. We will get the Sipahi upgrade and we'll go over here as well. This feels very far away from my TC, which is a bit risky.
Evamire hazır
Yeah,
olun.
we'll get the Sipahi upgrade. Let's do it.
Dişyan. Bana bir emir. Emir var.
Beni takip eyleyin.
Şimdi hazırım. Emrin başım üstüne.
Evamiri nev bir icra eylerim. Evamir bir
Sipahi emamiri.
Evamirin asakir.
Eslihanı.
Asakir. Adur asakir. Dakik olun. Emrim ile behem Mekke. Evamiri nev esyafınız.
Yeah, this army, I'm not sure we can stop this.
Harekete intikal.
Veteran. Hizaya gelin.
Sipahi
Very nicely upgraded here. Very nicely. We'll activate the Sipahi upgrade. Did get our mango. Nice play.
Hareket emri için hazır.
My army is massive. We're just kind of getting on top of his production a little bit. We are going to eventually clean that up as well. We're just hitting very superior upgrades here. Very superior.
Evamir haşim sıra gelin.
Oh, he's castle. Yeah, I didn't expect him to hit castle.
eylemeye hazır olun.
That just goes to show you that he is playing very well, despite being under all this pressure that we've put on him. So what are we on? We're on one relic so far. I guess we could potentially get another one here. Bring it back home. That's why we're lobbing him around a bit.
Sükut eyleyin. Bu mühimdir. Kemankeş, evamir amadedir. Al oldu bilet.
Bir azim edin.
Now our food is very high.
Evamir
Oh, he's got a mango, lads. That is awesome stuff for him. Now we're just going to move out so the mango shots, we see that it's aiming this direction, so we move. Then we just see where it's shooting. It's one of the big deals, so it's going to shoot around here. So as soon as it shoots, we move. Minimize the damage as much as possible. Again, we're going to do the same. Just doing this in slow motion for you guys so you can see what I'm on about. Very helpful stuff.
Kemankeş, idrak olundu. Kemankeş, sen çıkın emir eylersen. Kemankeş, kemankeş.
Now obviously when you're in a big fight and there's multiple mangoes, it can get harder and harder and harder to do, but Definitely worth trying.
Kemankeş, hareket eyleyin. Kemankeş, kemankeş, kemankeş. Evamiri al, kemankeş, hareket.
Now my archers are slightly bit better upgraded than his, which
Kemankeş, hareket.
makes us an okay trade in the grand scheme of things.
Evamiri ala, tamam.
Emir eyler.
Evamiri ala, kemankeş, hareket eyleyin. Daha seri.
Emire.
Evamiri icra eyledim. İcra eyledim. Kemankeş, cevval olun. Kemankeş, evamiri amadedir. Kemankeş, cevval, tamam, hemen.
Evamirin en
Okay, so back at home we've been producing a lot, which has been fabulous. We'll make just a couple more production buildings, eh? Oops, just lost all my hotkeys apparently. So barracks is there, stable, get those two. Okay,
Eslihanı hazır
we're
eyler.
going to start getting the upgrades that we didn't get before, because we're rich.
Evamirin emri.
İtaat et cevval.
And voila, we are on a good amount of relics actually. We'll try to get all the sacred sites at the same time too.
Dakik olun. Evamiri.
I think here.
Tekrar evamirin emri. Eslihanı
Oh, still a Judas in this base.
Evamirim intizar et.
Good old sip of heat coming ham.
Bana bir emir eyle.
Huh.
Emir eyle.
Yeah.
Evamiri
That sip he did great, lads. Okay, okay. We'll get
Pekala. Ne icra eyler mesela?
we'll get a bit more going here, a bit more going. So we're on 2 TC now, which is great again.
Eslihanı hazır olsun.
And we'll start getting just a lot of units, team, a lot of units. So if he wants to shoot us here, he does know that we're at his wall now. We're at the gates.
Hareket vaktidir millet.
Eslihayı muhassas.
Cümle cengaveren hazır. İtaat, itaat.
Kaf ve eşya hazır olsun. Eslihanı hazır eyleyin. 5 askeri.
İcra olsun.
Emir bak.
And we'll go for the deer pack here.
Cengaveren sünlere. Vazif hareket cengaver.
Woo! Great mango shot. That was awesome.
Size serverlik edeceğim.
Arran asakir.
I'm going to go for all the sacred sites at the same time. Because alas, why wouldn't you, lads? Why wouldn't you? I know, I know.
Bahiyan evamire hazır.
Kemankeş, keman. Cengaveren sünlere.
Okay, where's that mango shooting over here? Okay, wasn't going to get the shot off. And now we've just got way more Ottoman than him, way more. All the sacred sites, we've got 4 relics. And voila, Bob's your uncle. Bob's your uncle. That was a pretty... Hello, Thale. That was a pretty textbook. Yeah, this was fairly textbook Ottoman play, and Numadan is a very good player as well. We'll have a look at the eco, because that's a big deal. So eco-wise, let's say he's like 2.5k food ahead, about 1k wood ahead, got a bit more gold, and then we were about 2.5k gold ahead. So the resources are fairly close with an Abbasid player, which is kind of nuts, and maybe this would be getting much closer if the game goes on. We are on 3 sacred sites and 4 relics. But we do have 4 military schools and that armory producing all at the same time, which means that these resources, you can almost add on a few extra thousand for the Ottoman player, and it'll be absolutely valid. Absolutely valid. That was a nice Ottoman game for those looking for how do I play?